Shohei Baba was born on January 23, 1938, in Sanjo, Japan. He was the second son of an impoverished family suffering from the hardships of World War II in Japan. As such, he had to work from a young age to help put food on the table, under very harsh conditions. Some say all this effort in his childhood served the purpose of preparing his body for a life dedicated to professional wrestling. But his first taste of pro sports came in the form of baseball, as he signed to play as a pitcher for the Yomiuri Giants at age 17, where he remained for the next 5 years. Baba, at the time, weighed around 273 pounds and was about 6'6", and that caught the eye of the legendary Rikidozan, who was looking for a worthy successor. In April of 1960, Baba started training in the dojo alongside a fellow student named Kanji Inoki, later known as Antonio Inoki, the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Both made their debut in September of the same year, with Baba picking up the win in his match while Inoki suffered a loss, but both men showed immense potential with only 5 months of training. Baba's impressive physical stature gave him a spot on an American tour, where he worked with Vince McMahon Sr. and other promoters affiliated with the National Wrestling Alliance. This includes a match against Buddy Rogers for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship and a shot at Bruno Sammartino's WWF Heavyweight Championship at Madison Square Garden. Baba would lose both matches, but by this point he would become a fixture among promoters. In 1966, he would return to Japan, where he would team up with Inoki, and together they would win the NWA International Tag Team Championships against Bill Watts and Tarzan Tyler on October 31st, 1967. This feat would happen 3 other times, a record that Baba only surpassed later with another partner, Jumbo Tsuruta. In October of 1972, Baba, alongside Rikidozan's 2 sons, Mitsuo and Yoshihiro, co-founds All Japan Pro Wrestling, the same year where Inoki would start New Japan. In 1974, he defeats Jack Briscoe in a 2 out of 3 falls match for what was, at the time, the most prestigious championship in the wrestling business, the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Years later, he would do it again against another great, Harley Race. On a side note, Baba was also the first NWA champion to be defeated by a young, rising star by the name of Ric Flair. This would cement his altruistic reputation and the commitment and love, both for the sport of professional wrestling and to his connection to the NWA. But his role in All Japan would go way beyond being a wrestler. Baba and his wife Motoko were the brains behind a business model that prospered for over 20 years. As a promoter, he was known as one of the most honest in the business, always keeping his word, and that reputation made his handshake agreements as solid as a contract. And as he started to grow old and his physical abilities began to wane, Baba would book himself in the mid-card and would open the path for a new generation of stars like Jumbo Tsuruta or Genichiro Tenryu, and in the 90s would repeat that same process with stars like Misawa, Kawada, Taue, Kikuchi, and Kobashi. Alongside several highly trained foreign wrestlers, this group would lead a revolution that made All Japan the promotion with the highest standard when it came to match quality at that time, and to many wrestling historians, it still holds that distinction today. Shohei Baba passed away on January 31st, 1999, a victim of cancer. 9 days earlier, while in bed at the hospital, he would see for the last time the fruits of his lifetime work. Toshiaki Kawada versus Mitsuharu Misawa for the Triple Crown Championship in front of over 5,000 people in Osaka. When Kawada covered Misawa after the brainbuster and the crowd erupted after the 3 count. Baba knew his legacy, the future of wrestling, the sport he dedicated his life to, was in good hands. The funeral took place on April 17th at the Nippon Budokan, one day before the Champion Carnival Finals, the most prestigious event held by the company. He will be remembered as one of the most popular wrestlers of his time, a promoter with a unique vision, and a gentleman with a pristine reputation and an iconic code of honor. A true legend in every sense of the word.
Hi, this is Paul, this is the show creator and producer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I certainly did enjoy a lot making it. I would like to thank especially Basilio for lending me the voice to do this. I would also like to thank Isame for the tons of photos that I stole from her Twitter account. And if you want to view more of this content, please subscribe to our channels. There's the link there. Especially my Twitter account. It's part Portuguese, part English, but in the future I'll try to keep everything in English. So if you guys want to follow, you can at least follow every information. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you in the future.